You may think you know the Hogan family, but you don't know things that are going on behind closed doors in their home in Clearwater. Why did the will leave Brooke, his daughter, with nothing? Is Nick, his son, really the new king of Greece? What about the reports that he used drugs that came up just a few days after he died? It's a wild ride for the Hogan family in 2025. They have secret twins, big cases, fast cars, and a lot of money that is tearing them apart. It was very hot in Florida on Thursday morning. The day was July 24th, 2025. There was a lot of worry inside Hulk Hogan's huge home on Clearwater Beach. At exactly 9:51 a.m., someone in the house picked up the phone and called 911. The dispatcher heard a scared voice saying that someone was having a heart attack. The streets of Clearwater were filled with the sound of sirens that a lot of ambulances rushed to the house, where Hulk lived with his wife Sky Daly. The 71-year-old star wasn't responding when they got there. They did everything they could to get him back. They put pressure on his chest. A machine was used to shock his heart. The fight was over when they put him on a bed and rushed to Morton Plant Hospital. Doctors said he was dead at 11:17 a.m. They said that the person died of an acute myocardial attack. This is another word for a major heart attack. But did you know that his body was already locked in a battle? Later, doctors found out he had been fighting a blood cancer called chronic lymphocytic leukemia. He also had something in his heart called atrial arrhythmia. Millions of people thought the man looked like a superhero, but he was really sick and in pain. People said he was on his deathbed just a few weeks before he died. He was getting lighter. He needed air just to breathe. He was tired after just a few steps. He told everyone he was fine, though. He didn't want his fans to be worried. But the end came quickly. The news shocked his whole family. After death, you'd think there would be no more drama, right? Not right. Things got worse. A few days after Hulk died, his old friend and fellow wrestler Ric Flair made a podcast and told a shocking story. He told everyone that streets killed Hulk Hogan. Do you really think that? Ric Flair said that Hulk's doctors had stopped giving him painkillers for all of his injuries. He said that Hulk was in so much pain that he had to do something else to ease the pain. Rick basically said that the Hulkster used drugs to stay alive. The wrestling world was shocked. Did the American hero really use drugs? Sky Daly, Hulk's wife, was very angry. She didn't say nothing. She fought back right away. That didn't happen at all, she told everyone. She said that Hulk was in the hospital being closely watched by doctors. She told him that they were changing his medicine to help his lungs, not because he was hooked on drugs. She said that what Ric Flair said was not true. Rick later said he was sorry and that he had bad knowledge. But it was too late. Let's talk about the kids now. Nick Hogan is living a life in 2025 that most people can only dream of. He's 35 years old now, and the main character in the Hogan story is him. Nick was right next to his dad while his sister Brooke was somewhere else. He hit the jackpot because he was reliable. It was a surprise when the lawyers looked through Hulk Hogan's will. The will, which was made in 2023, only gave money to one person. Nick Hogan was that person. He writes down everything in the will. Brooke, his sister, gets nothing. Nothing. Not a single dime from that money bowl. So what did Nick really get? The court records list certain assets worth about $5 million. This amount includes $200,000 in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It has personal goods worth almost $800,000. The most valuable thing, though, is the $4 million right to use his dad's name and picture. In other words, Nick gets paid every time a kid buys a Hulk Hogan toy or a video game. That's not all, though. Hulk Hogan was really worth a lot more than $5 million. A lot of people think he was worth about $25 million. What's the rest of it? A lot of it is probably hidden in private trusts. Nick is the main person in the will, so it's likely that he also runs those funds. He has the keys to the whole country. Nick doesn't just sit there and count his money. Like always, he is living quickly. Do you remember when he was younger? He had a lot of issues with cars. He still loves speed in 2025, but he wants to stay out of jail. Nick was in trouble again a year before his dad died. He was caught with a DUI in Clearwater in November 2023. He wouldn't take a breath test. Even though it was 4 a.m., Nick told them that he smelled bad because he had been kissing his girlfriend. The police didn't believe it. He got help from his dad, Hulk, who showed up at the scene. It was a mess. Nick admitted fault and was given a year of probation. But guess what? He was lucky. In December 2024, the judge let him off of probation 6 months early. Nick wasn't tied down when his dad died in July 2025. He did not have to worry about seeing a probation officer anymore. Nick is now focused on his job. He drifts boats for a living. In that sport, cars are slid around turns very quickly while smoke pours off their tires. He takes part in events and shows off his skills. He loves the thrill, even though it's dangerous. For races, he even drove a Nissan 350Z. When we talk about cars, you have to hear about Nick's collection, which he probably now runs. Big, loud American cars that roar like lions were Hulk Hogan's favorite. Everyone knew about his garage. Let's check it out. The 1994 Dodge Viper RT/10 is the first one. People know this car. The red and yellow paint makes it look like Hulk's wrestling gear. It's known as the Hulkster. It's worth more than $100,000 and has a huge V10 engine that it's the best Hogan mobile ever. In the next place is the 2018 Dodge Challenger Demon. It moves really quickly. There are 808 horsepower in it. When it takes off, the front wheels can be lifted off the ground. It's one of the strongest cars ever made. About $140,000 worth. Hulk loved how strong it was. A 1971 Plymouth Hemi Cuda was another car he owned. This car is very uncommon. People who collect go crazy for these that it's worth more than $160,000. It looks like something from a movie and is purple. A bright orange 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner and a 1968 Dodge Charger RT that looks like the car from the Dukes of Hazzard are next to it. These old cars are worth a total of several $100,000. Hulk liked more than just old cars, though. His other cars were a modern race car called the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 and a Ferrari 360 Spider that he used to look fancy. This collection is really valuable. It is now part of the family farm. Let's say Nick drove that red and yellow Viper down Clearwater Beach. Nick isn't the only one living this crazy life. He's seeing someone called Tanalia. She used to be in adult movies, and now she looks good on Instagram. Since 2019, they've been together. Tana looks out for Nick a lot. She was even in the car with him when he was shot for DUI. She always posts pictures of them together. There has been trouble in their relationship, though. Nick and the well-known rapper Tyga got into a fight on the internet a few years ago. Nick put up a picture that showed Tyga had a message on Instagram for Tana. Nick tried to tell him to stop, but Tyga shot back. He put up proof that Tana had actually been the one to write him first, years ago. Nick and Tana stayed together even though it was tacky. She is now with him as he takes over the Hogan empire. What about Brooke now? Why did the will not include her? Nick's story is very different from Brooke Hogan's in the year 2025. Her name is Amy, and she lives in Nashville, Tennessee. She is 37 years old. Nick was spending time with his dad, but Brooke stayed away. In fact, the truth about the will is pretty sad. There were rumors that Brooke wasn't chosen because Hulk didn't like her. She asked to be taken away. Brooke told her dad in 2023 that she didn't want his money. She told him she didn't trust the people around him and didn't want to fight with anyone, not even his new wife. She wished for peace. She told me, "I've been surviving without his money for a long time now." That's where the deep pain was, too, when she tried to stand on her own. Brooke and Hulk hadn't talked in a long time. She wrote on Instagram that she had to leave me to keep my heart safe. She thought her dad wasn't good enough to be her dad. She was sick of all the trouble, cases, and scandals. She turned down millions of dollars just to live a quiet life. Brooke kept a big secret from everyone in Nashville while Hulk was sick in Florida. She was really pregnant. In January 2025, Brooke had twins, a boy and a girl. This was only 6 months before her dad died. Olivia Jean Alexi and Oliver Andrew Alexi were their names. Did you get that middle name? Jean. That was Hulk Hogan's real middle name. His real name was Terry Jean Blee. They didn't talk, but she named her daughter after him anyway. It shows she really did love him. They never met Hulk Hogan, though. He died without ever being able to touch Oliver or Molly. He never saw Brooke as a mom. He never got to be a grandpa to those kids. There is no amount of money that can fix that tragedy. Because his family was so sad, he missed the most beautiful part of her life. Brooke didn't tell anyone about the twins until they were born. She put up a picture of herself with them while wearing a shirt that said Mama S 2025. In a recent bikini picture, she showed off her twin tummy and said she was proud of her body. Even though she's happy, she misses her dad. Stephen Alexi is Brooke's husband. He is tough and helpful, and he used to play competitive hockey. After getting married in 2022, They kept it a secret for more than a year. Steven would rather not be the center of attention. He is in charge of a hockey league and always backs Brooke up in everything she does. Brooke doesn't sing as much as she used to. She now runs her own business. BB Designs by Brooke is the name of her business. She designs rooms inside and out. She fixes up old homes and makes them look beautiful. In Nashville, she recently fixed up an old house called the Star Piano House and turned it into a fancy Airbnb. Her goal is to earn her own money so she doesn't need her dad's money. In 2025, Hulk Hogan got married 3 times. These 3 people are all involved in the story. Sky Daly is the first one. She lost her husband. When Hulk died, she was married to him. She is a bookkeeper and a yoga teacher. She is 25 years younger than Hulk. They didn't get married until 2023. When he died, she was holding his hand. It breaks her heart, so she posts pictures of them together and calls him My Terry. Sky won't be poor, even though Nick gets everything in the will. The voluntary share is a law in Florida. Even if her husband doesn't leave her a will, this law says she has to get at least 30% of his fortune. That means Sky would get about $7.5 million if Hulk was worth $25 million. She doesn't need to fight for it. She gets it from the law. Nick might get angry about this, but the law is on her side. Then there's Linda Hogan. Nick and Brooke are her children from her first marriage. She and Hulk split in 2009 was a big deal. It was gross. Linda got back 70% of their money at that time. She got more than $7 million in cash and real estate worth even more. Hulk didn't have much left. Linda is still upset about it in 2025. She put up a video of herself crying in March. She said her family was a mess. She said Hulk was a liar and a sex junkie. She was upset that Brooke also doesn't talk to her. Linda is very lonely, but she became a little less mean after Hulk died. She put up a picture of them from the past and said she missed those times. It looks like she loved him even after they fought. And finally, there's Jennifer Daniel. She was Hulk's second wife. They were married for 11 years. She keeps to herself. She doesn't take part in the trouble. She wrote a sweet letter to him after he died, saying, "I remember you differently." She showed respect for the man she loved without getting dirty with the other people. Hulk Hogan didn't just leave money behind. He left behind a business company that is still growing in 2025. Have you ever heard of Real American Beer? This business was started by Hulk just 1 year before he died. The can has his face on it and is a light beer. In 2025, it's sold out everywhere. People are buying it to honor him. It's not staying on the shelves for long. Nick now helps to run the business. He wants it to be as well known as Bud Light. It looks like Hulk's most recent big idea worked out well. There was also a story that Hulk tried to buy the Hooters restaurant chain right before he died. He wished to keep the business alive. His business buddy told him that they are still keen on it. What if the Hogan family owned Hooters? That would make their kingdom much bigger. Then there's Real American Freestyle. It's a new wrestling league that Hulk made. It's not like WWE. It's real fighting that wasn't planned. Nick took over as commissioner after Hulk died. He is in charge. A big event was held in Cleveland in August 2025, and a video tribute was shown to remember Hulk. Nick swore in the ring that he would keep his dad's dream alive. He even said wrestling was in his blood, which made it sound like he might fight one day. What about the house, though? It's a big house in Clearwater. For elevators, 5 bedrooms, and a pool with a view of the ocean make it a very nice home. It's worth around $11 million. But here's the puzzle. The house wasn't named in the will. That means it's most likely in a trust. Who gets to live there? Can Sky stay? Does Nick have it for sale? No one knows for sure right now. Thoughts and secrets are stored in that rock on the beach. In the year 2025, the Hogan family is famous, wealthy, and split up. They weren't together after Hulk Hogan died. It made them realize how far apart they really are. Nick is the picked heir, and he runs the businesses and drives fast cars. Brooke is the strong fighter who is raising her twins alone and making her own life. Sky is the sad widow who is hanging on to her share. The Hulkster fought fights in the ring all his life, but the fight for his reputation is going on right now, and it's more intense than any wrestling match ever was.